This is Paul. Yes. Could you call Phyllis? Yes. hmm You know, it seems that sheriffs and police officers, judges and justices really don't think that they can be held legally liable for the knowledge that they have. Now, without prejudice, I'm going to sue you, and then I'm going to have you put in prison. Now, this recommendation concerning evaluation by DMHP, yeah, an opinion is required as to whether or not the defendant should receive an RCW 71.05 civil commitment evaluation by a DMHP, a designated crisis responder. Oh. Now, let's call Carol today, okay? Because I know that you did not admit the evidence that I was not in Brennan. And after 2,300,000 emails, I know it's not cyber stalking. Yeah. Now, I didn't get a phone call from my sons, and I took the bus all the way to the library thinking it would be open at 11. Yes. But after I left, they put it on their website that they were closed today. Yes. You would think that certain individuals would want the public to know if institutions are open or not open before the time that they opened, yes, yesterday. Now, Mr. Bus Driver, I just wanted every bus driver to know that I am actually going to sue the company that you work for. hmm Now, it might be publicly funded, it might be privately funded, it might be funded from the bus passes that you sell. So, making me run through the snow so as to freeze my feet because you're going to teach me a lesson? Not a very good idea. See, all the times that I've been arrested in Clallam County, it's because of the crime of the family that likes to torment and torture American citizens. Now, you wanted me to receive a civil commitment evaluation. If the defendant is not ordered into competency restoration treatment, I would recommend an evaluation by a designated crisis responder. Due to his persistence, does it seem like I'm persistent? Yes. That I have been wronged because you arrested me? Yes. For a crime that I did not commit in Sequim, Washington? Yeah. Where you had the evidence that I was in the homeless shelter that night? Yeah. I was on the bus that morning. I was at the Hagens at 9 a.m. And then I was in the Port Angeles Library on December 31st until it closed at 5 p.m. Now, it looks to me that there is a persistence on my behalf because I have documented so many lawsuits. And since the sheriff's department and the police departments refuse to enforce my right to use the judicial system of the United States, I'm very upset that you thought, that being persistent in my efforts to have contact with my sons was because I was delusional for thinking that this signature, yes, is not the same as that signature. Oh, that it requires a signature of the protected person and the petitioner? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That you have to give me actual notice and an opportunity to be heard. And then there's the article that was printed in the Peninsula Daily News. Yes, where my efforts to have contact with my sons is because they are going to graduate at 19 and a half years old. Seem like neglect and abuse of children. I'm going to be very persistent in documenting the crime of having my sons in the wrong grades. Now, at the time of the evaluation, check. Uh-huh. Mr. Budnick, did not present as an imminent risk. I'm at no risk to myself considering the number of documented lawsuits that I have. I'm going to sue each and every individual. Well, I would not be a risk or danger to myself or others because your presumption of my desperation did not include approximately 35,000 videos, which that documented thousands of lawsuits. Yes, that you have unjustly obstructed me. Yes, from suing you for the false arrests. Now, was it Barney or who was it? Hardy? Who was the individual? Which Brady? That's right, police department. Brady. Now, in the last week, we've learned a lot about evidence, haven't we? Yes. So I wanted to make sure, okay, that every time you decide to do something torturous to myself, I decide that I'm going to document some more lawsuits. So that you can have something more to think about because I'm absolutely sure I was not in swim. That's right. That's right. I'm sure that before the arrest, I had documented that I did not receive any notice of court hearings. And then I documented, here it is, Jack, Exhibit A. There was no reasonable notice and an opportunity to be heard. Yes. Now, I talked to you a little bit about this accidental denial of constitutional rights. Yes. Well, what address did you put down as the respondent's address? Oh, was it 1023 Kitchen Dick Road, the actual sanctuary, Kingsway Foursquare Church? Yes. And this $500,000 excessive bail bond you sent, Jefferson County, state of Washington, a warrant for my arrest? Or is that just the last known address? See, I haven't gotten any mail for approximately 7.5 years, and I just wanted to know. Well, listen. You have no fucking idea how angry I am today. Do you understand? So for every idiot that thinks that you can falsely accuse and falsely arrest,